You know, there comes a time in everyone's lives where we have to deal with the passing of a loved one. And we're going to try to answer some of those questions on what do you do, who do you turn to today. We're visiting Richmond-August Funeral Home here on Main Street in downtown Biloxi. Now, Brother Rick August, you may recognize him. He's the pastor of the Greater Grace Apostolic Assembly here in down Biloxi. Thank you so much for being on the show. Your lovely daughter Lasha is with us today. And tell us how long you've been in the funeral home business, if you would, sir.
Well, a lot of people don't know because we've, been recognized with the church for so long. But back in the mid-90s, I did an internship here with Mr. Richmond. Went to school, graduated from mortuary school in 1997, and have been in the business that long, about 16, 17 years. And
of course, being a minister yourself, it kind of really helps, in this line of business as well.
Yeah, I think, really being able to connect with people on a deeper spiritual level, because when people lose a loved one, it's pretty traumatic spiritually and emotionally.
Definitely. So what sets Richmond-August apart from just your other funeral homes?
I think that, all of the people who are in the funeral business, you don't get into this if you just want to make money. So I think all of them have people at their heart, but I think we've made a commitment to just make it ministry, to really minister to the families that we serve.
And helping people understand that, when a person passes, that, it's not the end of life. Right. I mean, it's the beginning of another life for them, and helping them realize that, and the fact that, we go on and remember them and honor their honor their lives here still on earth, and that's one of the great things behind that.
It's a continuation, and we talk to them about that continuation for the person who has passed from this life into the next life. And then we connect with the people who remain to really minister to them, to continue to minister to them and pray for their families and serve them continually. Our service doesn't end. We like to tell our families, our service doesn't end when the service ends. Our service continues. And, and
that's why you're great for this.
Well, yeah.
Because you have that in your heart.
Right.
You really do. That's very important to you.
And I tell you, it was so exciting because, right after I got my degree in mortuary science, of course, it was a little later in life for me. And my daughter graduated from high school in 1998 from Biloxi High, Lasha. And when she graduated, I said, well, what are you going to do? She said, I think I want to do what you're doing. And she went to mortuary school. And I like to tell everybody it's kind of ironic that now my boss is my daughter.
Well, do you mind if I steal your boss away?
No, not
at all. To talk a little bit about more of the services they provide here.
Not at all, Jeff.
Richmond-August Funeral Home is where we are this morning here on Main Street in Biloxi. Well, now we're going to talk to the boss, as your dad likes to call you. What are some of the services that you do provide here at Richmond-August?
Well, here we provide full service burials, whether it's traditional service with burial afterward, or if you choose to do a traditional service with the viewing of the body and then cremation, or if you prefer direct cremation, we can do that as well. So anything that our families choose to do, we're able to provide.
Now, of course, with the traditional services, you have wonderful selection of caskets in your viewing room, or your selection room, so to speak, and that they just go from one, as far as the looks and everything, silver, gold, and out of respect, we're not going to show you that right now. But one thing that you do have hanging up in there, absolutely beautiful. Tell us about that.
The memorial blanket.
The memorial blanket.
Yes. The picture that we have displayed in our selection room is of my great-grandmother, my father's mother, my father's grandmother, who helped to raise him. And when our families come to us, they bring us a picture of their loved one, and we have that woven into a memorial keepsake. And it's about 6 feet tall, and it's great for when we've lost a loved one and that physical connection isn't there anymore, but we still need something tangible to help us through those transitions. So the blanket is something that the family can keep and they can wrap up with.
And that's something unique to Richmond-August.
It is. We have exclusive rights along the coast to offer the memorial keepsake blanket. And that's something we're very, very proud of.
Now, people, one of the things they don't like to talk about is, the costs of a funeral. They wonder, they think, oh, they are very expensive. What do you think about that?
Well, we understand that a family has to live after the loss of their loved one. So our objective is not to take advantage of any of our families. We love our families and we care deeply for them now and in the future. So we try to keep our services priced where they can live, and then we can provide an honest living for our family and for our employees as well.
Now, what about pre-planning? I mean, years ago, I worked for a brief period of time for a funeral home. In pre-planning, I was a family planner, and I knew the importance. I learned quickly of planning ahead.
It's very important.
And that's a big deal, isn't it?
It is. Pre-planning is great because it can lock in your price. We have services that we've done recently that were locked in the 70s and in the 80s with our predecessor, Mr. Jesse Richmond. And we are still honoring those pre-arrangements that they entered into contract with him, and we're still honoring those contracts today. So we have services that people are saving thousands of dollars because they came in and they pre-planned and they thought about their loved ones and said, okay, I don't want my loved ones to have to come in at this time when I'm no longer here and have to sit here and think, what does she want? What does he want? So just pre-planning is great.
Information already. That's great.
Yeah, pre-planning is great because it just takes so much of the pressure off of our loved ones.
And it definitely, again, having worked in the business for a brief period of time myself, I know how much a peace of mind whenever you can come in to the funeral home and everything has been taken care of. So that's something that, as you said, it gives your family peace of mind. It's a hard time. I went through it personally recently myself, but it does give you some peace of mind knowing that you can.
And it allows you more time to actually focus on the family aspect of what's going on and just really sharing with your family and your friends that are coming into town and not having to worry about picking out colors and flowers and all of those things because it's done.
There you go. Lasha, thank you so much for your time here today. If you want some more information, you can call the number on your screen. They are located here on Main Street in Biloxi, Richmond-August Funeral Home.